Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a video based on something that I've been kind of thinking about. I've recently started trying to use up every single one of my samples because I found I was hoarding them a bit. So I had so many samples that I kind of decided that I wanted to use them all. And I kind of got me thinking about products that I have that I've stocked up on that I really probably didn't need to or shouldn't have. So I figure why not find in my collection stuff and products that I feel that you shouldn't need or shouldn't stock up on in combination with things that you should at the same time. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. All right, so first of all, the first product you should not stock up on at all are sunscreens. This one is from Innisfree. This is their daily UV protection cream. The reason I say you shouldn't stock up on sunscreens is because the chemicals in here do have a solid expiration date where they start to become less effective. And that expiration date is it's not like makeup where you can be like, well, I'm just gonna go till it starts to smell funny or the texture changes or whatever. These are very much, once that expiration goes by, they're definitely not as effective and it goes down fast. I'm guilty of this. I actually have 3 sunscreens upstairs in my stash upstairs, but I'm not buying any more until I'm on my last one because I don't want to wind up losing the effectiveness of the sunscreen because I've had it for way too long. So with sunscreens, you should really, especially facial ones as well as body ones, you should really pay attention to the expiration dates. You can still use it after the expiration date, but just be aware it's less effective. So stocking up on these is probably not a good idea. So once you're down to your last one, at that point, buy another one and make sure it's facial sunscreen as well because body sunscreen is quite greasy, which can make you break out if you have oily skin. All right, now moving on to not necessarily related to it, but something that I have found you can stock up on without really any worries, and that is the tried and true sheet mask. I have 2 here, one from Too Cool for School and one from Etude House. The reason I say you can stock up on these, you can have hundreds of them, even thousands if you want to have them in your stash, is because they're individually sealed. There's no exposure to air until you're ready to use it. And that's what I found really nice with these, is that you can stock up on however many you like, however styles you like. You can go limited edition if you want to, and you can buy numerous of each kind, and they're really not gonna go bad because they're sealed without any air in these until you rip them open and you're ready to use them. Yeah, it creates a bit of extra waste, but if you're okay with that, these are awesome to stock up on. The next products I want to talk about are that you should not stock up on are products with natural ingredients in them. This is a Real Fresh foam cleanser from Neogen and Blueberry. This is the one with the actual blueberries at the bottom. And then I have something from a friend of mine. She used to have a soap company called Mermaid Soap, and she used to make all natural soap, and this is her makeup remover. With the fresh ingredients, especially if you're using all natural fresh ingredients, Neogen, these cleansers have a shelf life of 10 months. And if you don't use it in 10 months, the product at the bottom, because I think there's blueberry, cranberry, cereal, and green tea, the product at the bottom can actually start to break down, which causes the product to go bad. And you don't want to put anything like this as part of your skincare routine because it can really affect the way your skin handles it, and it can cause adverse reactions. So anything with any natural ingredients in it, or like real stuff, real food products at the bottom, really pay attention to those expiration dates and just make sure you use it prior to that happening. So stocking up on these, if it takes you more than 10 months to use a cleanser, which it doesn't, I've been using this for like a month and it's already almost gone, but I do use it almost twice a day. Well, I use it twice a day, almost every day. So, I mean, it takes me like a month and a half to go through a cleanser. However, if you're rotating through numerous cleansers, I would probably start to focus on the ones that have those natural ingredients or those fresh ingredients within them, and then just use them, pretty much focus on them until they're gone, and then you can move into the other ones because they'll have a longer shelf life. Another thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to stocking up on products is you should always, not you should always, but you should, for stocking up on stuff, eyelashes are really good to stock up on because eyelashes, again, unless you're putting them on your eyes, they don't tend to go bad at all. So once you use them, then you gotta start using them pretty regularly to use them up so the glue doesn't go bad on them. But when they're just in the packages, you can have 20 pairs of them in your closet or in your stash if you want to. Sorry, I'm getting over a bit of a cold, so I got a little bit of the sniffles. But I find like you can get a really good deal when you buy them on sale, when they're on clearance or when they're on super sale. These I got from a Canadian company called Shatters. Their website, they had these on sale for half price, so I think I got these for like $3. And these I got from Yes Style, and these are the Japanese ones. And they come in packages of 2 or 3, and sometimes you can get packages of 10 pairs if you want to from Japanese brands. And you can stock up on these sales on them and then just use them. And as long as you're cleaning them really well afterwards, they can last you forever. So you can hold on to them forever in a day, and you don't have to worry about them going bad. Something else that I don't think you need to stock up on, there's no reason to really buy more than 1 or 2 of each of these, are limited edition products. This one is from Laneige, and you can see it's a limited edition packaging. If you're not interested in the limited edition packaging, there's no reason to purchase things in multiples, especially when it just comes to packaging, especially in K-Beauty. You see this one as well. The thing with K-Beauty, especially lip products, is that they're all pretty much the same colors. There's not a very big, like with Western brands, like a lot of people want the liquid lipsticks to be available in like greens and blues and all these cool colors and stuff like that. With K-Beauty, it's a lot more natural and it's a lot different. So every brand comes out with pretty much the same colors, and the color range is very, very similar across brands and even across product. Most lip tints come in the same 5 or 6 colors. And if you go onto any website like Jose or Style Korean or anything like that, and you look at the color range of any brand's products, they're pretty much the same. So if you like a brand's tint, you don't really need to stock up on it, because pretty much, even if it's limited edition, if it's a limited edition tint, you may not need to stock up on it, because chances are that color will be back, if not already in the permanent collection that they have out. So I would say don't really stock up on lip tints, because most of the time, all the products, the colors are pretty much the same range. So you don't need to stock up on these whatsoever. Something else you don't need to stock up on, though it's a little better if you are winding up hoarding stuff, are samples. And this has come out of, as I said at the beginning of the video, me trying to go through all my samples. I hoarded samples forever. For well over a year, I was hoarding samples, and I wound up with like how much space it took up. But I had so many samples of stuff. I'm literally still working through them, and I've been doing this for like 2 months trying to get through my samples. I have not used certain products that are full size in my collection for 2 months, because I'm just trying to get through all of my makeup and skincare samples. They are nice, especially the foil packets, because the foil packets are sealed. They can last you a while. But I find most packet samples do not give you enough, especially in skincare. Skincare, they say you have to use the product for a full month before you will notice any difference when it comes to any of the skincare benefits they claim. I mean, if you're not using it, the foil packets do not give you a full month's worth of product. Depending on the product, the deluxe sizes might. This is the White Seed Brightening Lotion from the Face Shop, and I find lotions, morning emulsions, toners can last you the full month, but I find they don't really provide you any information because they're a thinner product, or they're a product that goes underneath other skincare. So I find with sample packets, you don't need to hoard them. They're kind of nice to use while you're have them and while they're fresh in your mind, versus saving them up and then trying to use them all at once, because it's a nightmare trying to use them all at once, especially if you don't wind up liking the products, because then it's a waste of space because you didn't like it in the first place. So what's the point of holding on to them, right? So samples are not something I would recommend you stock up on. The next product I want to talk about not stocking up on are products that you don't use very often. I have here an eye makeup remover and a eye cream. I stocked up on eye makeup remover before I discovered cleansing oils, and I find I like cleansing oils a lot more when it comes to removing all the makeup off my face, including mascara and everything. I will use eye makeup remover when it comes to cleaning my lashes, but I don't wear lashes every day. I usually wear lashes maybe once a week, if even that. I'm not wearing any lashes today. But when I'm filming, I'll wear lashes most of the time if I want to, and I will use this to clean the lash after I'm finished. However, this is almost full. I've had this for nearly 3 years and it's still almost full. Like, I don't use enough of it to justify buying multiples of it. So it's kind of that, like, I don't use it enough. You know, you kind of gauge how long it takes you to go through something and then you buy based on that. Sometimes you have to wait and buy one of each product you want to use, see how long it takes you to go through it, and then plan out your purchases accordingly. The other thing I have here is an eye cream. I wound up stocking up on eye creams because I took advantage of some sales. So I wound up with like 3 eye creams. Eye cream takes me about 8 months to a year to go through, if I'm going through full sizes, which I'm not at the moment. I'm going through samples. I have a sample of eye cream that I've been using for a whole month and there's no end in sight on this thing. It's crazy. But I stocked up and wound up with 3 eye creams. So that's like 2.5 years worth of eye cream that really I don't need, and I should not have done it. But I mean, I learned my lesson on it, and now I'm passing on that wisdom to you. For anything you don't use a lot of that you won't get through in 6 months, probably not a good idea to stock up on it, because there's going to be another sale regardless in between those 6 months. So you can probably wait. And I find like waiting, yeah, it can be frustrating, but waiting on buying it can really help to declutter what you have in your stash. And then you feel more accomplished when you don't have something there to replace it, and you can say, hey, in 5 months I can go buy a new one. That's awesome, right? Like, it's that type of a mentality. And I'm struggling with that as well right now, of the mentality of saying, I want to feel accomplished in my collection before I go purchase more. So that's it for this video on what you should not stock up on, along with a couple what you should stock up on, or what you can stock up on without any worries. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. And also, what products do you think you should stock up on or shouldn't stock up on? Let us know down in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more content from me, don't forget to hit the little red subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I post new content, don't forget to hit the little bell next to it. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.